Now I know what you're thinking. How in God's name is WWE going to top what they did at our Evolution? Because your guess is as good as mine. What's going on, you guys? It is Perry the Entertainer, back again for another video, and as promised in my Our Evolution review, here's your 2014 WWE Tables, Ladders, Chairs, and Stairs pay-per-view predictions and preview show. Now, of course, being a fan or a recent viewer of NXT, you probably watched NXT Our Evolution, and probably by the reaction that I got from that review, you probably don't even know that there's a TLC pay-per-view or there's a main roster pay-per-view this Sunday. Well, yeah, there is. And if you're interested in it, well, you go ahead and you pay your $60 and watch it on pay-per-view. Because if you're interested in this at all, I give you mad props. I'm not interested in this show really at all. There's not a whole lot of matches here that catch my eye, besides maybe Cena, Rollins, and Ambrose and Wyatt. Other than that, I mean, it's all just gimmick. It's all it is. And judging by that, let's dive into our first match. Speaking of gimmicks, Dolph Ziggler versus Luke Harper for the Intercontinental Championship. I don't really think Luke Harper needs to lose here, other than unless WWE wants to keep this feud going, which I'm sure 99.999% of us would love to see. Harper's kind of in a similar position. Well, I'm going to get to that pretty soon, like Erick, Rowan, and Bray Wyatt, actually, where they kind of just started their singles career, or in Bray Wyatt's career, or in Bray Wyatt's, he's kind of reinventing his singles career. And you know, right now, I think this is Luke Harper's biggest singles match of his career so far, defending the IC Championship against a veteran who's just coming off of a Survivor Series where he overcame the odds, and now he's got to be looked at as a favorite, if not a main eventer at this point. And just giving Luke Harper overall a win here would just make him look way better on the mid-card. So I think right now, keep the title on Harper unless you want to keep the feud going there. But I don't want you to make Luke Harper look bad in the process. So Luke Harper ends up getting the victory here. That's what I think. Tag Team Championships are also on the line, as Miz and Mizdow, Team God here, versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. I think somehow the flirtations thing with Miz and Naomi is going to somehow result in the Miz and Mizdow end up winning this match. And hell, I could actually see this match ending in some sort of disqualification where Jimmy Uso, yes, I'm starting to learn their names, you guys. Yeah, it's happening. But the one that's married to Naomi ends up, maybe get counted out, maybe gets disqualified because he's beaten up on the Miz. He finally has Miz in the palm of his hands, this guy who's been flirting with his wife. And it could somehow lead to an Uso kind of dissolution or something, and maybe this is the way you bring the Ascension in. Yes, now I can finally say it. Last night on SmackDown, we had the promo that we all have been waiting for. The Ascension is coming to the main roster, and I think right now, put them in a feud with the Usos, and you got a top tag team. Now, of course, I really don't like them coming in kind of as a Demolition 2.0 type of thing, but it kind of fits their brutality, their brutality. Especially if you've seen them in NXT, I think that they're a damn good tag team. I mean, granted, we didn't really see that against Finn Balor and Hideo Itami at our Evolution, but they put on a pretty damn good match, despite it being a I don't want to say a jobber match. That's pretty much what it was. They made Itami and Balor look good in the process, but that's what the Usos, I think, are going to do with the Ascension, if this is the direction that they're going. But somehow, some way, Miz and Mizdow are going to get the win here. I don't see any sort of dissolution between Miz and Mizdow coming anytime soon. I know that's what WWE is trying to tease with us with the slammy stuff and everything, but it kind of just gives us a reason to believe that it's going to happen when it actually doesn't happen. So, The Miz and Damien Mizdow are get the win there. Nikki Bella defends her Divas Championship against AJ Lee. A lot of people are saying AJ Lee is leaving WWE after this. Well, you're clueless. I don't think she's leaving. And, WWE really doesn't know what the hell they're doing with their divas. I mean, Charlotte just made her WWE Raw debut in a loss to, one of the biggest jokes in the Divas division right now. And granted, we all think she's, this amazing talent and everything. Obviously, WWE does not think that of Natalya. And, this pretty much says it. You're having two of the more overrated divas in the division right now going at it for the Divas Championship. And there's not really a whole lot of build up to this match and no real foreshadowing that Brie is going to be, doing this Daniel Bryan moment that I've been speculating about over the last few weeks. So it's just kind of been thrown on there to kind of say, hey, we have a Divas match. We're not completely ignoring the division. But Nikki ends up getting the victory here. Maybe AJ goes on to feud with, get someone else's name up there, maybe an Alicia Fox or, hell, reignite the feud with Paige, make her a little more relevant right now. And that's where I think they're going with that. Rusev defending the the United States Championship. I think it would be more fitting if it was the IC title, but that's beside the point. The US Championship against Jack Swagger. Right now would be a very odd time to end Rusev's streak, his undefeated streak right now. And especially with it being kind of the Jack Swagger, someone we're not really expecting, and, very underwhelming superstar to say really the least. I mean, he was held off of Team Cena for being hurt, and then participates in a pre-show match with Cesaro. So, backwards ass booking. They don't know what the hell they're doing with Jack Swagger. They figure throw him back in a feud with Rusev, make him look relevant again or something. And I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking the Zeb Coulter injury. I'm actually thinking somehow this is going to come back and bite us in the ass, and somehow maybe we see Jack Swagger turn heel and become some sort of, like Russian sympathizer, similar to what Sergeant Slaughter did. I think that could work. I mean, well, it could work for Swagger's career, but not in the national perspective, I should say. But Rusev ends up getting either gets the win clean, or he's somehow going to retain his. Basically, he is going to still be United States champion at the end of the day. That's pretty much what I'm coming down to. Erick Rowan versus the Big Show in a stairs match. I'm going to be completely honest, I don't know what the hell a stairs match is. It's probably similar to a chairs match, which we're going to get into next. Pretty much no disqualification, and the spotlight is pretty much on that weapon. Because that's pretty much the focal point of this entire feud is stairs. Why the hell throw Ryback and Kane into a chairs match when chairs really haven't been a whole lot used in it besides like last Friday? But, obviously no reason really to kill Erick Rowan's momentum, and I was actually getting into this little prematurely, saying how him and Luke Harper are kind of in the same position, where they're kind of rowing, no pun intended, they're rowing that boat kind of down the river of momentum right now, and taking them off of it really at this point would just kind of kill any sort of credibility that these two have. And, Harper is getting his credibility, especially with Dolph Ziggler, and Erick Rowan, well, I gotta be honest, I'm actually more interested in this now that he's this genius, I guess. He solves Rubik's Cubes and all this stuff, and, there's no real point to kind of ruin his momentum going into Big Show, and I think right now, having him getting the win over an experienced veteran Big Show good for his career. So I think Erick Rowan ends up getting the victory here. Ryback and Kane in a chairs match. Ryback lost a ton of momentum being the top guy. Kicked off of Team Cena at Survivor Series, and Kane hasn't won a flipping match on pay-per-view since like WrestleMania 29 for that fucking matter. So, hopefully this is a way to write Kane off TV, just because that lump on his back is looking way bigger. He needs to get that checked out by a goddamn doctor. So, hopefully this is a way of getting him off TV, and Ryback gets the win. And Kane's kind of at that point where he's kind of like Chris Jericho in that case. He can lose and make other people look good because of how big of a name that he is in WWE. So I think Ryback getting the win is actually very good, and especially if they're pushing towards this Ryback Triple H match that they wanted to have, which I don't know if the hell they're going to do that now that Triple H and Stephanie aren't even on Raw every week. So that is that. Let me check what else we got. I think we just got our last two main matches here. Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt inside TLC, tables, ladders, and chairs. And this looks like a rivalry that can continue after TLC. I think this is a rivalry that we can actually kind of see at WrestleMania and kind of end at WrestleMania. And I don't think that either of these two would look bad. I know Cena made Wyatt look horrible at WrestleMania, but kind of having these two who have a similar mentality, which was the entire focal point of the entire feud. But if they want to keep this feud going, Ambrose has to take the L here. I think that Bray Wyatt does need a win, kind of to solidify him being back, because he's now this more menacing figure and everything, and now that he's not with Rowan and Harper anymore, and he's kind of fighting his own evil, twisted battles, he needs that win under his belt, make him kind of relevant, and make him, what am I trying to say? He needs that stamp of approval, basically, is what I'm saying. He needs a win more than Ambrose right now at this point. I think Ambrose can talk his way into your favorites list, and that's what he's done to me. But right now, I think, like I said, Bray Wyatt needs some sort of pay-per-view win at some point, especially if he wants any sort of momentum going into WrestleMania. So I think Wyatt ends up getting the victory here. Not in dominant fashion. I think it's going to be a damn good match, but a hell of a lot better than the one that they had at Survivor Series, which was basically a prequel as to what the hell we were supposed to get now. So a lot of weapons are going to be used here, and I honestly can't wait to review this with you guys, because there's going to be a lot of points that I'm going to want to emphasize in my review. And I don't know if I'm going to make that live or not, like a live review for you, but if you guys want that, let me know. I'll definitely try and talk to some people and see if they're on board or not. Plus, I want to check out how to do this XSplit thing. I downloaded XSplit the other day and trying to see if this really works and see if it's any good, basically, is what I want to know. And our final match of the night, a tables match. Yep, completing the entire square, because it's a square now. It's in a fucking triangle. John Cena versus Seth Rollins. If John Cena loses, he loses his number one contendership against Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And to be honest, Cena really has everything to kind of gain in this match. If he wins, which I think he is going to win, WWE is in a spot where they can do John Cena and Brock Lesnar 3, which will put asses in seats. Yes, it is going to put your ass in seats. Don't fucking moan, because it's going to happen. You're going to see John Cena and Brock Lesnar on pay-per-view, and you're going to be like, wow, I need to watch this. And you're going to buy it. So don't bitch now if John Cena ends up getting the victory over Seth Rollins. But Seth Rollins has developed a ton of momentum, and I know that's the big key word in this entire preview is momentum. Flippin' mentum. Especially off of all these wins that he's been getting over, Ambrose and all sorts of stuff, winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. Although I think that Team Authority should have went over at Survivor Series. You would think that Rollins would need to win, but Rollins actually, there's a strong possibility that he can kind of There's one name that I really want to say, and I think you guys know exactly who I'm thinking of, and that being Randy Keith Orton. I think he's going to be making some sort of big appearance in this match, whether that be to RKO Cena, shock the hell out of us, turn back into a heel, or somehow he's just going to reignite his feud with Seth Rollins, which I think overall is going to be better for Rollins' career, because hell, if Rollins can get a win over Randy Orton on a pay-per-view or something, imagine how good that does for his career, especially leading up to what will eventually be Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank and could potentially win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So I think right now, having Cena win would not be bad. I mean, of course, a lot of people are going to complain and bitch because Cena wins, lol, and all that shit. Cena kind of needs to get that win, to put WWE in a better business standpoint. Because having Cena and Lesnar, whether that be at the Rumble or whether that be at Elimination Chamber, it's going to put asses in seats. It's going to put money in their pockets, and it's overall the better business decision. So Cena gets the win. And I don't think they're going to make Rollins look bad. I think the only way they can make Rollins really look bad is if both Cena and Orton both do their finishers through tables on him. But plus, I don't think one bad night is going to ruin all the, Rollins' entire push. So let me know what you guys think about TLC down in the comment section below. I'm going to try and make this review not a whole lot long, unless it is a live stream with a couple buddies of mine. And like I said, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to me on the channel, and until next time, I am out. This is Perry the Entertainer, signing out. Peace. Why the hell are my reviews 15 minutes? I don't know when the hell to shut up, don't I?